Hello, this is Cadet Alley.
I am Commandant Joe.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I gave myself a big
You're in charge. Upgrade, not upgrade.
upgrade with
Promotion
2 Ds.
with double D's for its triple D. We are the Rewinders. Let's start that over again.
No.
No? Okay,
No.
we're keeping it in.
We're
Don't
keeping
edit
it-
this. Don't edit this. We are the Rewinders, rewatching childhood movies and then rewatching them again to see if they still hold up. This time we watched
Police Academy.
Police Academy.
For as much as I wrote down that I like the theme song, I now can't think of how to mouth trumpet it. There we go.
Great theme song.
I really like the theme.
For not that great of a movie or movie series. Holy shit. They made 7 of these things. 7 of them. In a 10-year span from 1984 to 1994.
So I'm guessing the budgets got smaller and people just kept watching them on name recognition.
It's got the budgets I think varied but the box office return got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I only watched as a kid, as a person, as a human being, movies 1 through 6. I never saw episode number 7 or movie number 7, Mission to Moscow.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
That one came out. That was the last one in '94, and I don't know if I think it was direct to video release.
I don't know. Maybe it was,
but I can't believe I saw all 6, at least.
It's more than whatever I saw.
Holy shit! I loved these movies as a kid because we were talking before the recording, and yeah, they were hilarious movies as a kid.
Yeah,
just slap happy. Oh, look at that guy with the mouth. He can make balls. He can make anything he wants, any noise he wants. Oh, these movies don't hold up. Now, I punished myself, and I watched all 6 of the movies, and I tried to get through the 7th one and couldn't do it. So, but we're mostly going to talk about the first one, the one that started it all.
I went easy on myself. I just watched the first one.
Good. Oh, yeah, there's that. Well, what do you besides
Jones?
Besides his real name, I met the man, Michael Winslow's awesome mouth. Do you remember? Okay,
you just met his mouth?
No, I didn't meet his. Well, he was in the studio I worked at, and he showed up for a comedy thing, and he was there, and still not funny.
I'm assuming he still made noises.
That's his shtick. He's got to keep doing it if he wants to eat. But okay, I guess what I was asking, what else do you remember as a kid besides Michael Winslow?
Just the fact that I did remember all the characters to some extent because
the main ones, yeah.
As a kid, I thought that they were all funny.
Yeah, because they're all
in one way or another.
Like Tackleberry, he was the wacky gun loving guy.
Yeah.
And Mahoney, he likes the ladies and practical jokes.
Wacky.
And then Callahan, she had big titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid. horny little kid.
Wow.
What? This is a 80s boob comedy movie.
Yeah.
Like
there could have been more, but there definitely were.
Like Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, see, those I consider more
Porky's.
Yeah, especially Porky's. Those are more meatballs.
Meatballs.
Yeah.
Hot Dog the movie. Hamburger the movie.
They're all
meat related movies. These are all boob comedies from the 80s. Hamburger the movie. Hot Dog.
The only movie I remember from my childhood involving hamburgers was a movie about a hill.
Hamburger Hill? I think it has to do with World War II or Nam or one of those.
Are you sure that's not a boob comedy?
Hey, I mean, what? I got nothing to add to that one.
I don't even remember.
I've never seen it. I just know of it. But yeah. But I didn't know that as a kid. That just this is a really fun movie with all these crazy characters.
Yeah, and that's exactly my memory of it. Was I probably watched this a few times because it would have just been on, and this is funny. That's my memory of it. Really, there's no specifics other than like taglines or like their gimmicks. That's it.
that's why it's such a simple movie. And then watching it again as an adult, it's, well, I guess we can get into what little plot there is of Police Academy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Totally can do that.
I didn't write down the notes for the plot. So.
Since I went overboard on my notes because I realized really quickly that this was not going to be a high note movie.
And that's why I watched the rest of the movies as we can talk about that later.
Starts off with a model of a town.
It looks like it, but it's Toronto.
And it's raining at nighttime.
Poor Canadians. Oh, one of your awesome cities. It's just a model. It's just a silly place.
They have the the music, the theme music over it, and then
great music.
It gives you the background of the movie in text.
A lady mayor. And they make reference to that later on in the movie that a lady mayor, she came up with this wacky, crazy idea to get more police officers by not having any restrictions to anything, I guess, to become to join the academy. So you could be whatever and be a police officer. You could be a horse officer. No, I think they would draw a line at that. Maybe if you're a centaur, you're okay.
We didn't
gotta be human.
There's the back alley versions of Police Academy with horsemen and butterfly ladies.
What?
I don't know. They let anyone in.
They let anyone in.
So that's the whole premise. It's being told to us through text. No one decides to show us anything leading up to it. Just here it is.
Here it is. We don't care.
And then it one of the last titles says, oh no, it's actually one of the first titles, and that's why I didn't really read them all. It said March 4th this year, and I just was like, come on, I can already tell this movie's dated. You can't fake me that it's this year.
It's a very 80s movie with everyone's attire and the way that they speak, I guess with racial slurs and other things.
Yeah.
Oh wow. This movie does not hold up even to that.
And then I got a little excited because the Goot.
Steve Guttenberg. I like Steve Guttenberg.
And then
I like the Goot.
Then it's quickly followed up with Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, she's back and
does nothing.
She's a nothing character. Steve Guttenberg plays Mahoney, and he just is after her because she's pretty. She has a story where she's supposed to be a rich person that is trying to break the mold, and she's trying to it goes nowhere. They don't do anything besides the introduction.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing.
Yep.
You're rich. Why do you want to do that? Because I want to help out. Okay, that's it.
So after we get introduced by characters who they are, and we only recognize Guttenberg and Kim Cattrall. Then
no, I recognized.
I don't know their names.
G.W. Bailey, because he was in Mannequin.
I know, but I don't know his name, so I can't be excited about it.
He was in MASH. He was a guy in MASH. It's okay.
The series or the movie or both?
The series.
Okay. I don't remember him.
That's all right.
You've watched it more recently than I have, so that's probably why.
Indeed.
So from there we go to security guards skulking through the halls, threatening to murder people working there.
Just
basically. He's the embodiment of the person who's going to snap first and kill everybody at work, and they play that up.
Definitely.
And he almost shoots a bunch of people throwing a goodbye party for him. And
it's funny, He's a more violent Dwight Schrute.
Yes, and I didn't come to the fact that he was the precursor to Dwight Schrute until later in the movie, and I was like, holy crap, this... Yeah. They must have based a little bit of them off of this.
I know a guy like this. He's a security guard at a local tech college, and he carries himself the same way. He's not violent. He hasn't shot at anyone yet, or runs and just kicks open a door and just starts shooting. But he's exactly the same way. And I looked it up, or just saw it somewhere, that actual police officers call any security guard that has lots of guns, likes guns and gadgets and over the top. They call them tackleberries. From this, based off of this movie, because it fits that mold.
Those people are dangerous.
Yeah, he's less funny as an adult.
Yeah,
and Yeah, well, okay. Anyway, there's that. Here's that character.
Then we go from that to a guy who parks.
Guy?
No,
Doesn't matter.
no, this is Mahoney.
Oh,
So
Mahoney.
he's parking cars, but
the GUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUU
jerk back, and then
oh yeah, park my car.
Then he parks his T-Bird, I think it was.
Sure.
He gets it up on two wheels and then slams it in between two cars. Which that part's kind of funny. If you don't know it's coming, that's kind of funny.
And you never see Mahoney use his car skills
ever again. After that,
it's nope. Done. Mm-hmm.
Well, in the later teaches. Movies.
Oh, is that because he teaches
Hightower
how to drive?
Yeah.
Did Hightower know he was able to do this?
I don't know.
I'm just. I mean, you're introducing all these. Like I don't remember this movie because again, I watched all 6 or 7, whatever.
Yeah,
they all blend together. And now that you're saying this, oh yeah, that did happen in this movie.
Not that other one.
Not though that other one, which is exactly the same.
Yeah.
No, you're doing a good job.
But the third guy is Barbara or
Leslie. I think is it Leslie?
It's Leslie.
He's got 2 girl names.
Yeah, Leslie Barbara.
This character
works in the film booth, and a bunch of like flannel guys pick it up and chuck it into a river.
I just hate this guy for no reason. Like, we don't have any story of did he make their film bad or
who
did he
knows?
develop it wrong?
And what happened with that? Because he obviously knows who these guys are, so he could identify them, and they could be arrested for property damage and held accountable for their actions.
They pick him up and travel somewhere and throw him off a bridge into water.
Yeah,
to kill him,
basically
to murder this guy. And we're like, okay, what did he do? Why do you hate him? Questions? No. Movie. Next character introduction.
My whole theory on that is at least this film is written based off the fact that everyone's still in high school, because that's how they act.
Oh, I see. Yeah, even if they're adults, that they're still high school. Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of how it works. Kind of. It's the best idea I had going through with.
You thought about it more than I did. I thought of, wow, this is written poorly and stupid.
Yes,
and this is made for dumb people that just want, hey, threw him in the river.
He's bigger than me. He's tubby.
He's a fat guy.
Oh.
Fat guy's
so then he goes down the river. I thought he was going to flip him the bird when he said he was going to become a police officer by going to cadet camp, but he never did, so he just floats away.
I thought it almost flipped over, and the actor almost died. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. This character wasn't in the sequels. He's dead. He died.
Well, he didn't do much. So then...
The annoying guy that runs into everything, Frackle or Frickle.
Not yet.
Oh, fuck it.
I am going to do this right.
Okay, I'm going to sit back. You introduce all of our dumb characters. Go right ahead. Do it.
So then the next scene is Mahoney getting arrested because he smashed cars, apparently. And he gets sit down next to Jones, who... makes machine gun sounds, and everyone ducks, and then they're like, God damn it, Jones. Brr.
So he has the ability to make any sound he wants with his mouth, but he can project that sound into anyone else as well. As a superpower.
It seems weird.
Because, if someone makes a fart, it actually is coming out of, that sound is coming out of someone's butt. That's his superpower.
Whether or not he's using his microphone or not.
It doesn't matter.
He
loses that microphone in the other movies.
And so then we get introduced to him. We get whatever. Then we move from there to Feckler, which is the accident-prone nerdy guy with the glasses. No real purpose, no whatever. His wife, awesome.
Because she jumps on the car.
She's leaping over fences, doing flips and stuff. I'm like, where's this lady for the rest of the movie?
She comes back in the third movie.
Well, because she's
or the fourth one. I don't know.
She's probably done training with Ninja Warrior, and she's coming to save the day. Then after that, but anyway, so he's carrying his wife on the hood because she's like, "You ain't going. I'm not going to let you go." And then it's the rich girl. In the back of Kim Cattrall saying, I don't want to just be rich. I'm going to help people. And then you see the lady on the hood in the background. Wah, wah.
They repeat that joke in the third movie. and or fourth movie. Again, they blend together, and it's just not funny. Because then it's Frackle on the roof, and the wife is driving the police car because she wants to become a police officer because she has mad ninja skills, like you said. Although she doesn't in the other one, and it doesn't matter. Oh my god. Okay, keep going. We're going to get through the introduction.
And then everyone arrives at the police academy, and I time traveled and show up in this movie.
Yeah. You were there?
Looking like someone from the late 70s, early 80s, wearing like red pleather.
You were an extra in the movie?
Like a golf cap.
I didn't see you in the movie.
I saw myself.
Well, that's nice.
And,
it wasn't an ancestor. Not that old. It wasn't a relative?
No,
you should ask around. Hey, was anyone in
It looked like it could have been me
during this the 1980?
Like maybe I have a Canadian cousin.
Aw, Canadian kissing cousin.
And then one oh yeah, I was like, I don't know what this note means, but then I remember Mahoney's wearing a stupid shirt that says "one in the oven" and it's pointing down
to his dick.
I thought that was kind of funny. It didn't really get me to chuckle. But I got no. So far for me, watch this movie, no chuckles, zero amount of chuckles. I like audio, none for me,
none
at this point. Nothing made me laugh out loud.
Make me laugh, Joe. Make me laugh. Make this movie funny.
And then I have in quotes, Johnson's. So it's not the commandant. It's like the guy between the lieutenant and the commandant that's angry about everything. He talks about the days back when there were so many Johnsons.
Oh, Lieutenant Harris.
No, it wasn't him. It's the other guy.
Oh, there's another old guy who's
he's just there for two scenes.
He's around in all the other movies too. I think he's a chief of police.
Okay, he's obsessed with having men around.
Yes, that's right. He makes a ball joke and it falls flat.
Yeah, and he keeps talking about Johnson's, and it's like,
well,
all right, whatever. This is the bad guy. Let's move on. And he's not the bad guy because he's not in the rest of the movie.
No, he's not the bad guy at all.
Then you Lieutenant Harris, and this is like the thing I always remember him as is this character.
Move it,
shining his little ball at the end of his stick
thing,
and just how angry he is and acts. Yeah. And it's the same character that's in Mannequin, basically.
It is exactly the same character. And I genuinely actually like that character because it's fine. He's a police officer. He wants to do good, but he just hates all of the riffraff that's coming in here. They're not
bags.
Yeah, he says dirtbags?
Yeah, all the time. You should remember that.
I don't. I remember
they're a company D for dirtbags.
Oh, whatever. This movie, all these movies, just watched them and just rolled my eyes.
It's just too bad he didn't have a dog with him that farts.
A farting dog is always good to cut to, I guess.
Well, isn't that what the?
Oh yeah.
His dog did. Yeah. Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo. He should have brought Rambo along. You're right, from Mannequin.
That would have spruced it up a bit.
Yeah, he should have had Hollywood as a police officer. That would have livened things up for me. I would have been interested. Like, I like this character. But no, we're stuck with these yahoos. Has Hightower showed up yet? I liked Hightower as a kid.
I'm sure we've seen him at least once at this point.
Bubba Smith, Hightower.
Yeah.
Just 7 foot, big guy. I remember him being more muscular as a kid. And
I think that's just because he's so big.
He's just so tall, yeah.
Yeah. But, and then Hooks shows up in between here somewhere.
I like her. Actually, I wish they would have done more with her as a character because she would have been more fun. Yeah, she's got the squeaky Michael Jackson voice. Mm-hmm. But then her gimmick is if she gets pushed too much, she will just drop it, dirtbag. Things like that. And I don't know. Everybody's got their gimmick in these movies, but they never really use their gimmicks too much to defeat the bad guy at the end of the movie that just shows up randomly, and that's in every
one person does get to use their gimmick, Hightower, because he's big and strong.
He's super strong, and yeah, all the characters are comically exaggerated.
Yes,
yeah, he's super strong, and yeah, everybody is. Yeah. Morty.
What are you doing here? I can't hear you. I believe those are lines that Harris says all the time, and that I put down because he's doing a good job being a jerk to all the cadets.
So we got
Commandant Lassard's the old man, and I like him.
I liked him as an actor too, because he's a nice grandfatherly guy.
Yes, he's what I kind of think of as Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, he's a less wacky out there Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
He's absent-minded and, I didn't realize this was happening. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's why I like that character, just because it's kind of a roll with it, funny, it feels more natural.
He's bumbling, but he's nice. He's the exact same character as Frackle or Frickle, except less exaggerated, where Frickle will run into something and he doesn't realize it, and it'll set a chain of events like Rubenstein, Goldberg. Rube Goldberg. You know what I'm talking about. Viewers, you know what I'm talking about. Listeners, you know what Drunk Lee is trying to talk about. I'm not that drunk. Yet. Okay, anyway.
Get on it.
Okay. Push it through, Joe.
Yep. And then he's doing a speech, and then a dog humps him.
Oh,
Barbara's dog humps him.
It's so funny. Humping.
Yeah. Meh. My notes get a little scant here.
That's
Barber shenanigans, sex jokes, constant reiteration of why everyone is there.
They're saying why they're there. Okay. So then Mahoney's twin. Latin twin comes by.
Yeah.
And he's sexy Latino guy.
Martin.
Martin. I have sex with all the ladies. Mm-hmm. That is my character.
Yep.
I am basically Mahoney, except I've got a Spanish accent. Ole.
And he shows up with multiple ladies where...
Yeah, and that's it.
Mahoney does.
Okay, we have all these wacky, dumb characters that all have one thing because they're one-dimensional characters. Yep. Mahoney's there because he... is stuck, and that's the main plot of the movie. Is he doesn't want to be there. He's a petty crook, but he knew
petty crook.
Yeah, he was a crook. Is what the idea is, because when he gets to it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is he can't quit, because if he quits, he has to go back to jail. This is a jail alternative for him, but he also can't get kicked out because he has a friend that's a police something or other that put him in here. So he's stuck either way.
And the facilities itself said they cannot force people to quit.
They have to quit
can
themselves.
only choose to quit.
And he can't quit because he'll go to jail otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's how he's stuck. That's the main point of the movie for Mahoney. So
everyone
else around him, it comes out twice. And Lieutenant Harris hates all these guys, hates Mahoney, everyone. So he hires two Nazi guys. That's where they are to me.
One of them is... crap.
I didn't write down.
It doesn't matter because
they're bad guys. They're the two lackeys that are now Harris's lapdogs to make everyone's lives miserable by pushing him harder or making Mahoney run in the rain and do push-ups until he barfs and smell their gym shorts.
Yep.
There's that scene later on. Yeah. And that's this movie. It's just a series of scenes that. You come in, Tackleberry. He likes big guns. Where'd you get that gun from? It's my own. Scene done.
Yeah. But I mean, and that's the thing. It's like I've seen plenty of movies that run off of this gimmick, which it's basically a bunch of sketches.
They are. They're all sketches.
And they're weakly tied together to make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot better people out there who have done this. And they may be not the best movies, but they do it way better than this one does.
Yeah, I was really disappointed when I started. I mean, we're just getting into it. I was so disappointed in this movie. As a kid, loved it. I thought it was going to be funny. Mm-hmm. I was going to be, I remember that. That was fun. None of it lands. None of the jokes land. I wasn't being grumpy. I was trying to give the movie a chance.
I chuckled out loud twice during the movie. Not like, ha 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 ha. It was like, huh.
What parts of the movie did you chuckle at? Because anytime Michael Winslow, Cadet Johnson, was on doing his sound effects, flat, boring, dumb.
Okay, so I think I chuckled, gave it a, huh. When they, the bad guys were tricked into going to the Blue Oyster Bar. Because then it was like a remember like, oh yeah, that's what they did.
They ran this joke in 4 movies, going into the Blue Oyster Club
Lord.
and playing the same tango music. Dun, 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 dun,
for as
dun,
long?
Dun. It varied in each movie, but they would always trick them in going into this gay bar saying, oh, there's bad guys in here, or where's Mahoney having the party at? Oh, it's here. And it's always the Blue Oyster Bar, and it's bears, basically. It's more
leather. From a leather bar to bears.
It was no. I guess it's a leather bar. Yeah, you're right. Leather police bar or sailor or
it's just
generic YMCA gay bar in the 80s to make fun of gay people.
Yeah. I don't know. They were good dancers.
They were good dancers? Okay.
I wasn't thinking they were fun.
But yeah, you come in and it's sort of like an initiation. They just grab you right away and start doing the tango.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, so once you pass that test, I guess you're allowed to be in the bar. I guess. I don't know.
We get introduced to Callahan during PT.
Oh, Tits McGee?
Yep, Tits McGee.
Yep.
Tits McGee is a different movie.
Hootie McBooty? Busty St. Clair.
So then they go on a campus stroll, which is like an all-night run.
Oh, you're going through it, Joe. I love it.
Then they have night check-ins, and Jones is playing pretend video games.
Hey, that's pretty
Whatever. Good. And Harris looks at him like, this guy's crazy.
Well, I think he's staring at the wall.
Yeah, he's kneeling at his bed with a pretend controller. And then he calls him an asshole when he walks away in video game words, so you can't hear. It was like, what? Then they have class the next day, which is this most elaborate thing which Harris is teaching, and whatever he's writing on the board has nothing to do with what he's saying out loud.
Oh, he's doing a bunch. He's abbreviating everything.
But it's abbreviations that don't even abbreviate what he's saying.
No, he's just putting letters on there.
Circles, and it's funny because it's like, yeah, I know exactly what they're going... Because this is like kind of a joke about basic training kind of thing. And
this is more basic
training. Been there, done that. It's kind of like that. So that's when Mahoney, he skips out because Jones does like...
a PA system announcement.
I'll get down there.
Get down there right away, and then they both leave.
And the best part is Harris turns around and looks up at the speaker, but Jones is way at the back of the classroom in the opposite corner.
Superpowers to put his voice anywhere he needs.
How would the world survive if he decided to become a ventriloquist? Everyone would just murder themselves because they'd be like,
he's actually doing it.
Talking.
He's actually pulling it off.
That's what would happen.
Okay, that's it. What would happen.
So then Mahoney goes to the commandant's office, and that's how he learns that he can't leave because of rules, and he's on the phone. But then he says, "Pretty ladies outside," and she's wearing shorts, and he likes that because he wanted to see her thighs to begin with, because he was being gross to her earlier in the movie, and she's actually showing him her legs and being cute about it, and it's like, wow. Don't act like that to someone who's basically verbally sexually assaulting you.
He's the goot. He's charming. Kim Cattrall has no choice. It was in her contract. Hike those shorts up.
Then there's the obstacle course with the chintzy wall, which
Hooks can't make it over.
And the first guy, Tackleberry, is all gung-ho about going over the wall. And then Hightower's like, fuck this wall, and just knocks it over. And he's like, what? What are you going to do about it?
Freaking Hightower. I'm Bubba Smith.
So, Hightower doesn't take shit from anyone. Then the shooting range, which I must say, for shooting pistols, that shooting range is far too long.
That's a great... Yeah, now I'm remembering that scene. You're shooting
like,
pistols.
100?
It looked like 100 yards away.
Yeah.
That's for shooting rifles. And shooting pistols, you want maybe 10, 20 yards, especially for new recruits.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. But later on, there's a crazy guy who can shoot far away. Anyway, go on. Keep going, Joe. You're doing a good job. I'm trying to skip ahead, but you fucking nailed this movie.
And then at the end, of course, Tackleberry brought his gun from home, and he's blowing shit up with it. And they're like, nope, you can't have that. Then after that, we have the nudie scene, where
taking
there's
a shower.
The camera just goes around all the windows, and you kind of see people do stuff, and then slowly it's more and more naked people until the end, where Mahoney's just watching the ladies shower.
Yeah, politely.
And,
he's very politely watching him. Just
so
lather up.
You know,
he didn't need a hole in the wall like Porky's, where all you can really see his feet, or then someone grabs a dick and starts pulling on it. Or something that happens.
Well, Harris might have if it was there.
Oh yeah, Harris comes.
Harris
by
walks up, takes his beer away. Doesn't yell at him, just takes his beer away.
Yell.
Then leans to look in the window, but then immediately the ladies see him and squeal, and he runs away.
Mahoney knows how to do it.
Yeah, no one gets in trouble though. Then, God,
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
yeah, this movie.
Hold on,
you got it. Come on, let's you can always skip ahead.
It was Tackleberry is in his room, and he's doing like weird punching himself in the gut, psyching himself up, and I think Barbara comes to talk to Mahoney about where the party is.
Yes, because
but then
the two Nazi guys were asked. Okay, I call them Nazis. They just got their head shaved because
they got fooled into
doing thinking that this was like it's boot camp.
Yeah.
So the two jerk guys,
They want to know where the party is because Harris told them to find out where the party is because they always party at the halfway break and they want to break it up.
Yep.
And
that's the whole.
So they bully Barbara into getting it out of Mahoney. So he goes to Mahoney to try and figure out where the party is. But Tackleberry also says, "Hey man, punch me as hard as you can." And he's like, "What? Punch me as hard as you can." And I'm like,
then he hits him in the ear, and then there's a Tyler Durden. So you're like, wait.
So not only did The Office take Dwight out of this movie, but someone pulled Fight Club out of this movie.
That's exactly what they definitely stole from this movie. No, I wouldn't steal anything from this movie.
Here is one of the parts that made me actually chuckle out loud.
Good, okay. Maybe I did too.
It was when Barbara was first getting picked on. The Nazi guys grabbed his study guides and his notes and picked them all up, and we're going to just throw them out the window.
Okay.
But the window, although it was open, the storm window was still down. So he throws everything and it just hits the window and bounces back in. And just the way it worked and the way his face looked, Copeland is his name.
Wow, you remembered it.
That made me chuckle because I just was like, it was actually, I didn't expect it, and it made me go, that was actually kind of funny. Okay, I'll give him that one.
Don't remember that, okay? Punch it.
So then Barbara asks Mahoney where the party is, so Mahoney tells him. And then you cut to seeing the two guys, the Nazi guys, going to break up the party, but they end up in the Blue Oyster Bar.
That same
where
song
they
play
learn
every time.
to be the lady in the tango.
They play that same song in all the movies. It's El Bimbo is the name. I was curious what song it was because I kind of like it.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Not bad. All right.
And then the real party's on a beach somewhere where everyone's doing stuff.
Everyone's topless too.
Yeah, they just start
Tackleberry's
stripping
playing the sax. And that actor could actually play the sax, so he was using his real life skills.
Oh!
Saxophone.
The one time knowing how to play the saxophone actually pays off.
It didn't get him laid, though.
Well,
he didn't play the
sexy. Let's look at everyone who played the saxophone.
Sexy Sax Man.
You burned me right away.
Sergio Flores.
I would throw my underwear at Sexy Sax Man.
You wanted to throw your underwear at the inspiration for them in our Lost Boys review of that sexy, greasy muscle builder, muscle man,
muscle butt builder,
muscle butt builder. Yeah, he had a muscle butt in Lost Boys. I'm sure he got laid a lot, but Tackleberry, not so much. He's too much of a dork.
Yeah. And this is where I come to the conclusion, absolutely, that Tackleberry is just a crazier Dwight Schrute at this point. That's when I finally came to
you finally figured it out? Okay.
Yeah, I finally figured it out. Then Thompson and Mahoney hook up at the...
Who's Thompson?
Thompson is
Kim Cattrall?
Kim Cattrall.
Wow, you remember that?
I didn't remember that. It's in the notes.
Oh, it's in the notes? Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, so that happens off camera somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Then they do the shotgun walkthrough. Things pop up and you shoot them.
Yeah.
And so it's...
Hightower does a really good job of doing it.
Yeah.
And then Tackleberry just goes insane and takes a knife out and cuts people. He just goes instead of staying in the middle, he just goes into the actual fake houses,
shoots them from the inside, and very Dwight kind of things there. Except he didn't cut anyone's face off of the thing and make a mask out of it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He does that in the 8th movie. They didn't make it for me.
And that's when, after that, then, between this, Martine has been sneaking into the ladies' dormitory.
He dresses up as a lady.
Yeah, and has relations. So then after the gun thing, then he sneaks into the ladies' dorm, but Callahan's onto him, but she wants in on it. And
because she is a no-nonsense, tough woman, is what besides having big boobies.
Yeah.
Yep, that's her character. She's in charge.
Sick of him getting in there and doing all that stuff
to other ladies. So eventually,
now it's her turn.
Yeah, she pins him, and he's wearing rolled up so he has an outfit or whatever. He's has rolled
shower
up boobs.
Cap. Yeah,
and they're stuck on him. They're rolled up tapes or tape basically, and just looks so awkward.
Yes,
but she forces herself upon him. And then he's in love instantly. And he tells Mahoney later on, I think I'm in love. I made love to just one woman, and I can't believe it. It was amazing. It made me think of the show Firefly. I don't know if you remember Firefly. You remember Firefly.
Do I?
When Wash was describing having relations with a warrior woman with his wife, Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. It's just it was incredible.
I don't think Wash talked like that.
He could.
He probably used dinosaurs to explain it.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
So
anyway, I'm just trying to think of better things in this movie. Keep going, Joe.
You are not allowed to stray.
Oh, fuck.
Then Harris decides to help get Mahoney kicked out by making sure he breaks rules. So was it Mahoney or was it Barbara? Either way. They bring in a prostitute and put her in someone's dormitory.
This scene.
And then, I think it must have been Barbara because then he brings Mahoney and Mahoney then takes the prostitute and tries to hide her.
They want to get back Barbara because he told them they went to the gay bar. That's why they're pissed off. These two guys are pissed off at him, so they get the prostitute. Go in here, whatever. But Mahoney takes a prostitute. Here, you're the customer? Yeah. I like having sex in kinky places. Come on, let's go. And then they running around. They're trying to avoid other people, and they end up going into an auditorium or whatever. And he doesn't know where to hide because people are coming. Because the commandant has other police officers or other people in other commandants that are other whatever. Yeah. He's going to have a presentation. So, there's a podium. Hide in there. I like doing it here. Okay, whatever. So they both hide in the podium.
Then the commandant comes up, starts giving his speech, and then she up and zips his pants and gives him a blowjob in the middle of his speech. And
he goes, and here in this slide.
Yeah.
Except he does it better because he's a trained actor. And I'm just a guy who doesn't like this movie.
Then it's done, and everyone starts leaving, and the commandant looks back, and Mahoney puts his head out and gives him a thumbs up and dives back in. So the commandant is like,
Mahoney sucked me off, and he was excellent at it.
And it upsets him.
He
enjoyed it from a man.
And that's the 80s for you.
Yeah.
That gay agenda was very strong. And it was sneaking around. It was subtle, like a ninja, a gay ninja. The gay Zero, the gay blade. Sorry, go on.
After that is it's a montage of everyone getting better. That's all it is. It's just...
There's a montage?
Yeah.
I missed the montage. Was there snappy music to the montage? That's why I don't remember it.
It was like the exact same music that you heard everywhere else.
You're the best around.
That would have made it better.
Yeah, I don't remember the montage because it's not enough snappy music.
Doesn't matter. It's everyone. Everyone's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have to go out in the town and do stuff. So they're going to have real life experience and blah 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 blah. Nope, not yet.
Fucking A. Let's get to it.
There's a crash truck, and Harris is all like, "Give me your bike. I need to get in there and see what's going on." So he takes someone's dirt bike, and he can't quite control it. hits something and goes flying into a horse butt face first.
That's right. That joke.
And
good job, Joe. Good job remembering this because
then it's like immediately after line up and everyone is trying to hold back laughing.
Because everyone knows that he was inside of a horse.
Yep. And then Jones does a
everyone cracks up. That's the series of this movie. It's just here's a setup. That's it. Everyone's. It's just not. It's a good idea. It's just not executed funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't explain why most of the jokes fell flat to me. Besides being, I guess maybe they're just too broad. They're not. There's not enough setup to it. There's not enough payment. It's just, and moving on to the next one. Hey, it's basically, hey, that guy got hit in the nuts. Yuck.
That would have actually been funny, but no one really did get hit in the nuts.
Okay. I guess I'm just using it as a general broad, or that lady's top fell down here.
Well, that didn't happen either.
Again, generality of this movie because they're all exactly the same.
So after that, Hightower comes into Mahoney's room and says, "Hey man, tomorrow we have the driving test. I can't fail this, otherwise everything will be all out. Then I'll have to go back to being a florist again."
Oh, you were a florist? And then Mahoney says a great line in here. It's like, I'll help you out. Sleeping's for fags anyway. Thank you, 80s. I rewound it. Did he actually say that? Yeah, of course he did. It's the 80s. Everything's terrible.
So then they steal Copeland's car. And he's got a little stars and bars on his front of his tiny car, which I'm like, oh, okay, this is not even part of who he is as a character. They just kind of threw that on there. So they rip out the front seats because Hightower's too tall.
Mahoney was joking, though. He said, I was just kidding. Oh, well, whatever.
Then they drive around town, and for the first 20 seconds, Hightower is scared and timid, hits another car, but then he sees his Hightower and doesn't want to beat him up because he's afraid he's going to die.
Yep.
But then immediately after that, it's like 45 seconds to a minute of Hightower driving like a maniac because now he feels good about it.
And he can handle it now.
Yeah.
And now he's an awesome driver. And then they show him in the course or whatever, the obstacle course the next day.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then Hooks does the obstacle course and she takes it super slow.
She's like, that was fun.
But then runs over one of the Nazi guys' toes at the end.
And then he says something awesome.
Oh,
he does a racial slur, and he calls her a jigaboo.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this movie.
Yeah.
That's probably why I really dislike this movie. Just, come on. Oh, I know it was a different time, but, man, just not funny.
At least it allowed Hightower to come back and be like, you are not going to say stuff
and he
like
goes,
that.
Yeah, he tries getting in the car, and Hightower flips the car over, but then Hightower gets kicked out. And I was hoping for more violence to that man, but he just got his car flipped over, and that's it.
Yeah.
But Hightower got kicked out. Poor Hightower.
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes back to being a florist.
Brr. Joe, okay, come on. Let's get to the end. Come on.
Nope.
Oh,
Mahoney gets
Taskmaster
thrown out for Barbara because he takes the blame for what Barbara supposedly did. And that's when the riot starts. So they don't officially get to throw Mahoney out, but he's supposed to be on the way out.
He is on the way out, yes.
But he puts on the riot gear with everyone and goes with them and keeps his head down.
Because Mahoney has a fight in the lunchroom or whatever with the other two guys.
Yeah.
And Barbara has enough and hits someone in the face with a pan or whatever. And then they're like, Mahoney does take the fall for Barbara to get kicked out. And do you remember what starts the riots? Feckle. He does something where he hits something and they hit something else, and then that person thinks, "Hey, you knocked this into me." Then there's a huge.
He threw an apple out of a police car and it hit someone on the head. He turned around and there were other guys eating apples, so then they beat up those guys,
and then it just escalated. So then, hey, riot! Ooh, let's steal stuff.
Yeah, TVs, lots of cheap. Well, probably not at that time, but a whole bunch of old TVs where a guy's like, "Come on, man, that's my living. You're stealing my living." So then they all hitch up on buses with what I would call the minimum amount of riot gear, which is a helmet.
A helmet and jumpsuit. They have Ghostbuster jumpsuits on.
And as they go to where they're supposed to station, which is Nothing's supposed to happen there.
Yep.
They actually get in the way of everything. And some of the people in the riot look like they should be in the movie The Warriors.
I thought the same thing of they see a cop, get him! We're gonna murder you! We're a crazy mob!
Yeah. It's like, what?
Okay. There's like 3 guys just wandering around, and they're not. It's not like a line of riot gear with riot shields and tear gas canisters. No, you're right. It's absolute minimum. Oh, they have a helmet on and a baton.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to be just there for traffic duty to keep people from going in the area.
But I think Lieutenant Harris heard wrong, and he put them in the line of fire basically instead of being around the area. So now everyone gets split up, and it's just madness running around.
The 2, Copeland and other guy, end up back in the Blue Oyster Bar.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, and the music plays again.
They liked it. They wanted more dance lessons.
Barbara sees the bullies that threw him in the water and assumes that they are stealing, so he basically beats the shit out of them and then finds out that they're just moving their own stuff out of their apartment.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so he apologizes, but he still feels really good about himself. I'm good with that. You can beat the shit out of them.
Oh, I was fine with them. They were jerks. Yeah. They tried murdering him and drowning him in water for no reason.
Hightower comes back as basically Jesus because he's wearing this white top and
because he's working the
has
florist
his arms stretched out, basically not like big cross stretch out, but to the sides. He's walking on water up the top of the building. He talks down the guy who stole guns from the guys who dropped them and ran, which I believe are Copeland and the other guy.
Yeah, because they have their names on the bottoms of the handles of the pistols.
So, we skipped over the whole bunch where Thompson was pinned down, and that upset Mahoney. So Mahoney's going around the building to get up there and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, a crazy guy just gets guns.
He has Harris
hostage up for some reason on the top of a thing. And, Kim Cattrall is pinned down, but Mahoney's got to act. Mm-hmm. But this guy's on top of a building shooting down. He must have been at that shooting range that they were at.
Yes.
That's what I mean earlier is it's 100 yards down at angles, and he's just shooting pretty well, hitting close to him with a pistol. Nonsense movie. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
the last time I fired a pistol, it was at 20 yards, and I kept shooting low and to the left.
Low and to the left.
I don't know what I was doing wrong.
You were low and to the left.
I was just doing poorly. That's
exactly right. It's hard to hit stuff with a pistol.
At 20?
Exactly. And the
time before that, I was at 10, and I was doing just fine at 10.
It goes back.
But anyway. So
Jesus comes in,
kind of convinces the.
He says, "I want you to off these guys."
Yeah. He's gonna.
Which cop are you gonna kill first?
And he picks one, and then just punches the guy when he has his guard down, and basically
he says, "I want you to kill Harris first," because I think Mahoney gets captured too.
Yeah, Mahoney is captured.
Yeah, and then he punches the guy, and he falls down the stairs, right, or something.
He just falls over.
Doesn't Hooks do something?
Hooks had a moment where she busted in a door and yelled, "Drop it, dirtbag,"
or something like that.
We're just gonna assume.
And then she
turned into RoboCop.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
But yeah, she had her moment where she wasn't timid anymore and was confident. So then that all wraps up.
They stop one crazy guy with the guns. The other guys get in trouble because their guns were stolen by this crazy guy.
So it must have happened shortly after that because I wrote down Hooks finds her voice after that, so it happened after that.
Sure.
So then they all are let back in. They all graduate, and they have their commencement, and Hightower and Mahoney win top award.
They destroyed the Death Star, so they get badges. No one else, Chewie, and no one else gets
Hooks
any medals.
Does not get a medal.
No one else gets medals because they're all Chewie.
I don't know why I said Hooks, but it could have been anyone.
Whatever.
And then they have to do speeches. Hightower says, "Thanks."
Or
thank you, and then moves on, and they're like, "Yeah, that was awesome, great, okay, good." Now Mahoney, and of course Mahoney's going to talk his mouth off. He unfurls paper and starts thanking the Pope and everyone else, the president.
Wacky, zany.
And then you hear, zip,
zip, as the prostitute is sucking him off.
Giving him a blowjob, and the commandant's like, now you got what I got?
And I think the commandant even is a sign of relief because he realizes, that's who sucked me off, not Mahoney. Thank goodness, gay panic is over.
I thought my interpretation was, I found out it wasn't you.
Okay.
And now I'm putting you in that same position.
Oh,
wink.
Oh, you think
because
the
he had
not paid the hooker?
Yes,
says, oh,
I do.
That's kind of nice of the commandant to pay him back for the blowjob. That's nice. See, the commandant was always a good grandpa kind of character. Good guy. That's the movie.
And there's plays. A lot of marching and theme song after that. Doesn't matter.
All right. That's the movie. Do you remember any of the sequels? Joe?
No. I barely remember anything out of this. I just remember like lines.
Yep.
And that was
it's lines and scenes and the character does this, and that's the generality of the rest of the movies. So the second one is called Their First Assignment. And this one introduces a really good character, Zed, played by Bobcat Goldthwait. And so the whole plot
that sounds familiar.
He's a crazy gang, and they're just a crazy gang. They're like, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah,
so he talks.
That could be any movie he's in.
Goldthwait. And that's that. They have to stop the crazy gang. The third movie is called Back in Training, and that's when they're getting new recruits, and actually Zed, Bobcat Goldthwait's character, is now a cop.
He
wants to become a cop. That. He wants to turn and become a good person. And and this is the movie where I actually genuinely laughed. There's a funny scene where Bobcat had gone in the pool to save someone, and he's dripping wet, and there's another cadet there who actually she kind of likes him. And he's just standing there. She starts taking pictures because she has a camera for some reason. And he starts posing like a model.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she says, "Oh, I really like you." Thanks! And his crazy voice. And then they fall in love. And there's a scene where they're in a field or whatever, or trees, and they run towards each other. And just the way he's moving. What I'm trying to say is Bobcat Goldthwait is funny. He's a funny actor, and he knew what he was doing. And he's funny. Yes. Where everyone else is not funny in these movies. They just do the same thing. They have the one thing. I mean, okay, there's the fourth one, Citizens on Patrol. David Spade is in that one.
Well, he's a skateboarder. Is he funny?
He's not funny.
I wouldn't guess he would be funny, though.
There's a whole skateboarding scene in Toronto. Like, look, it's skating. It's awesome. Tony Hawk is an extra in there.
So they wanted to be... They're trying to co-op Gleaming the Cube here.
Gleaming the Cube, is that a term? What's Gleaming the Cube? I've heard of it. But
it's a movie. I think it might be a term. I don't know.
Does that have to do with skateboarding?
Yes. Tony Hawk is in that movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. So that's the fourth one. And they have their own rap. Like, Citizens on Patrol.
Okay, I might remember that.
Citizens on Patrol. And there's that one. Then the fifth one. Steve Guttenberg had enough and said, "I'm not going to be in the fifth one," so they replace him with some other guy, and then they go to Miami.
Okay, I don't know.
And Odo from Deep Space Nine, the actor,
that doesn't help me at all.
Rene Auberjonois. You've seen this guy in tons of stuff. He's the main bad guy. He's a jewel thief.
Okay.
And all I remember that movie. I just watched it, but they're not good. There's a chase on speedboats. So Archer would like that.
Well, yeah.
Or land or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Airboats or whatever.
Yeah, whatever they're called. But Archer would like that.
Through the swamps.
I can't remember. It was in Florida. Whatever. It was in Florida. Number 6, City Under Siege. You don't remember this one? There are 3 super villains. There's a tough guy. There's a guy who can do flips, and there's a guy who goes with guns. So then at the end of the movie, you have Hightower versus a tough guy. You have the guy who can do flips versus Michael Jones, who later on he actually he besides being able to do voices and sound effects, he became a martial artist.
Ooh.
And so do you remember he would try to talk oh, come here, I am, and he would still be moving his mouth like in the dubbed Chinese kung fu movies.
Yeah.
And then Cackleberry versus the other guy who could shoot guns, and the mayor was actually the bad guy. He was. Then the 7th one, they go to Moscow, and I got about 10 minutes in and stopped watching. Ron Perlman was in that, and Claire Florentine or whatever that lady's name is, she was in that too for some reason.
What else is Claire Florentine?
Mallrats.
Okay.
And
whatever.
And anyway,
but
Meet Joe Black. Okay. All right.
Okay,
I went through this very quickly.
Yes.
All the movies are exactly the same, and they get worse and worse and worse.
So the second one still wastes all the time that the first movie wastes.
The second one and third one are I think done by the same people, and they just kind of blend together. And every movie was done 1 year after, so it was 84, 85, 86, up until Mission to Moscow. Then that one came out years later, and I think it was direct to DVD, Blu-ray or what? Not Blu-ray, direct to VHS. Okay.
Yeah.
These movies don't hold up. Talk about nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
These movies I liked as a kid. I was actually like, when you suggested it, I think this will be good.
Yeah, follow up RoboCop. Why don't we just do another?
Let's do another cop movie and
be a funny one instead of a dark humor. I laughed more at RoboCop than I did at this movie.
Very much so. Sure. I had no chuckles watching all of these movies. Watching the first one, thinking that this is going to be fun, nostalgic romp or something of that. Whatever. I fucking hated these movies, as you could probably tell throughout this whole recording. What are your thoughts?
Now, did you watch the cartoon at all?
I didn't. I was tempted to, and I remember liking the cartoon as a kid, but no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, and I don't remember anything about the cartoon other than Jones was in the cartoon.
Jones and Mahoney hung out a lot more in the cartoon than they ever did in the movies. I think they hung out more in Citizens on Patrol, the fourth one, than they did.
So, yeah, my opinion on this is that it's...
Give us your deep thoughts.
This is like a trailer, but it's a movie-length trailer.
You're blowing my mind.
That's what it is.
You're absolutely right. It's just quick scenes of silly voice, guy kicking in the door with a big gun. Mm-hmm. She's got big boobies.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff that should be something that go, oh, I'd be interested in seeing this.
Yeah.
But it's like 90 minutes long, and you never get any payoff out of it, really. Payoff. The story is next to non-existent.
Most of the movies, the stories, most of it is there's no story until all of a sudden the last act of, we need an actual bad guy that the cops can arrest.
Yeah.
And then later on they try doing it, and it comes off as, what? Oh, it's even more cartoonish and more just boring, I guess is the biggest word to use. Is these are just boring movies. So I definitely don't recommend it. I know they want to do reboots of these. I say go right ahead.
If they do, it has to involve people who know how to improv properly and giving them the leash to do it. Because if you script this stuff out, it's going to end up pretty much like this again.
Yeah, you're right. None of it felt spontaneous, of really having fun with it. Yeah. And again, I mean, I mentioned it. Probably I said some bad words, but that's the movie, and that was a time period. It starts and it continues until, I think, again, the fourth one, and that was, I think, 87, where they finally stopped with all the racial stuff and all the gay stuff. The gay stuff lasts a bit longer than the racial stuff. And what was surprising to me with the race is you have, I mean, in the second one, the first one, they have all these characters. They get rid of Barbara. They get rid of Martine. Then they figure out, this is our team. Mahoney, Jones, Callahan. Harris goes away for a little bit. He comes back later. They have a replacement for Harris. He's exactly the same. Tackleberry and Hooks. That's your main group. And those kind of go through the rest of the movie. But what I realized was half of the characters are black, basically. Yeah. And that was pretty cool. And even in the fourth one, they get another character that's black, House. So most of your main characters, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
for what this movie is, I guess. I mean, I'm trying to find something good in these movies.
Yeah, you did. I think
something,
you did.
But that's all I got, man.
Yeah, there's very little that.
There's very little.
Any of this is lasting. Any of this that's worthy of your time outside of knowing that it happened.
It happened. It's a movie that happened, and I can see people just. This isn't a movie that, like, oh, hey, you need to watch this.
No.
Not at all.
There's a lot of bad movies that get turned into cult status movies.
Exactly, and
This is not like that. This is just stale.
Where you go back, like it's like you find an old movie that's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Not these movies. Mm-hmm. And that's why I watched all the other ones, because I wanted to find something in, like, there has to be something. My memory can't be. No, these were good movies. I'm going to watch the second one. Nope. Watch the third one. Nope. Fourth one. Okay, there's a little bit of funny in here. And then it falls off a cliff immediately with the fifth and sixth ones and the seventh one. So I guess watch the fourth one if you're going to watch any of them. That's my recommendation.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was Lee's angry review of and Joe tediously going through the first Police Academy. If you want to rate and review us on iTunes, that would greatly be appreciated. If you want to email us, you can email us at therewinderspodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, rate and review us. I think that'd be sweet. All right, how are we going to wrap this up? We were going to do sound effects.
All right. So
can you do that whoop, whoop?
That's
Your
like
beard is getting in the way.
I know, it's the best I can do.
I could never do the water drip in high school.
You have to use your tongue a little bit in it.
Maybe you could beatbox. No, I can't. No, what am I even trying to do?
That's not beatboxing at all.
No, I wasn't going to beatbox. I was going to just try and make a sound effect. I can't do one. Come on, you can do... You can do
that.
You can do a video game.
So that's good.
Okay.
I mean, I would... See, I don't know.
Maybe okay. How about we just take a couple more drinks and then we'll come back and do some more recording.
Sounds good.
All right, we were the Rewinders. Thanks for listening.